What is the significance of the Cuban Adjustment Act? Have you ever wondered how immigration policies can shape communities and influence international relations? The Cuban Adjustment Act is a perfect example of this. So, what is its significance? Enacted in 1966, the Cuban Adjustment Act, or CA, was a response to the political turmoil in Cuba after Fidel Castro established a communist government in 1959. This act created a special pathway for Cuban natives or citizens who had been physically present in the United States for at least 1 year. It allowed them to apply for lawful permanent residency, bypassing many usual immigration restrictions. This legislation was particularly important for those fleeing the oppressive conditions of the Cuban regime. The United States viewed these immigrants as political refugees escaping communism and repression. By offering them preferential immigration status, the CA symbolized a form of political asylum and humanitarian relief. This was not just about immigration. It was a strategic move by the United States to undermine Castro's government by encouraging Cuban emigration and supporting the Cuban exile community. The CA had practical effects on the Cuban exile community. It facilitated their legal integration into American society, allowing them to rebuild their lives with stability and resources. This special treatment was unique to Cubans, reflecting the Cold War dynamics between communism and capitalism. The act influenced several waves of Cuban migration, including the significant influx during the 1980 Mariel boat lift, when around 125,000 Cubans arrived in the United States. Thanks to the CA, many of these immigrants gained permanent residency, contributing to the growth of a politically active Cuban exile community. This community has played a vital role in shaping U.S.-Cuba relations over the years. From the perspective of communism, the Cuban Adjustment Act can be seen as part of the U.S. government's efforts to isolate and destabilize the Cuban communist regime. It highlights how immigration policy was used as a political tool during the Cold War. In essence, the Cuban Adjustment Act is significant because it provided a unique legal framework for Cuban immigrants fleeing communism. It supported the Cuban exile community and symbolized the broader geopolitical conflict between the United States and Cuba's communist government. Understanding this act helps us appreciate the complexities of immigration and international relations during a critical period in history.